You're listening to Contusion Broadcasts, where music leaves a mark, and the stories behind the music hits even harder. For a long time, the music industry has told a very simple story. An artist writes a song, records it, and releases it to the world. But if you look closer at how music has actually been made throughout history, the picture becomes much more interesting. Songs are built inside creative systems. Artists emerge from collaborative environments, and the identities we connect with are often shaped long before the first note is heard. Here at Contusion Records, we're interested in those deeper layers, the ideas behind the music. So in this series, we'll explore the myths, the structures, and the evolving realities of modern creativity. Because sometimes understanding how music is made is just as fascinating as the music itself.
Most artists still think the song is the product, but that hasn't been true for a long time. We tend to think music success is driven by songs. A great track breaks through, people connect with it, and everything builds from there. And on the surface, that still looks true. Songs go viral, charts move, streams spike, but underneath that, there's a different system shaping what actually lasts. Because what we're seeing now isn't just a shift in distribution, it's a shift in what people remember. For decades, the model was simple. Make a strong song, get it heard, repeat the process. Each release was its own moment, and success came from stacking those moments together. Even now, most artists still operate this way. They focus on the next single, the next drop, the next spike in attention, because it feels like songs are what move everything forward. But if you look closely, songs don't actually hold attention on their own anymore. They trigger it. What holds attention is recognition. When someone hears a track today, they're not just asking, "Do I like this?" They're asking, often subconsciously, "Do I know what this is?" And if the answer is no, the moment usually ends there. The idea that songs drive everything didn't come out of nowhere. It was built into how music used to work. Radio-controlled exposure, retail-controlled access. Listeners didn't choose from infinite options. They experienced what was placed in front of them. So naturally, the song became the center of everything. It had to carry the weight. What changed wasn't just streaming, it was choice. Now, listeners are moving through endless content. Playlists, recommendations, short-form clips. And in that environment, a song isn't enough to anchor attention, because there's always another one. So instead of asking, "Is this good?" listeners rely on something faster, familiarity. And familiarity doesn't come from a single track. It comes from identity. Here's the interesting part. Even though the system changed, the mindset didn't. Artists are still optimizing for moments, still treating each release like it has to prove itself from zero, still thinking, "This next song is the one." But in reality, what's missing isn't a better track. It's a clearer presence. Songs still matter, but they don't operate independently anymore. They gain meaning and retention through what they belong to. In that sense, the real product isn't the song. It's the identity the song reinforces. At first glance, it looks like music is moving faster than ever. More releases, more content, more competition. But underneath that, what's actually happening is slower. People aren't just looking for something new, they're looking for something they recognize.
Subscribe and follow along as new broadcasts and releases unfold. Until next time, keep listening closely, because sometimes the most interesting part of music isn't just the sound, it's the story behind how it came to exist. This has been Contusion Broadcasts, where music leaves a mark, and the conversation doesn't end with the song.